chimney, chim to breathe. None of the presents under the tree was for me. I lost the kid within his own family. It sounds fucked up, but nigga, that's me. I hated how my mama just took off. I guess she was mad the way she got shook off from dad. Grandma did the best she could, yes man, but I still did it hand to hand. I still sold packs and grams, and I still lived off the land, trying to stack some grams, and I still try to be something that I'm not. The other dude right there, you know the next man. Why not the best man? Let me know. It's like a test, man. I'm just asking before I die. Can somebody tell me who I am? Goddamn. Is my pops Paul or Sam? Or that cat that be picking up cans? Or that dude that you used to fight? I see the mail, Mom. That nigga with Clinton. Am I from home or Brooklyn? I don't know. Straight down to Charleston? I don't know. A few cats haven't where I've been, so I know y'all understand where I'm at with it. Anybody ever been through anything in their life? Just vibe with me. It's all a struggle. You can overcome anything. Persistence overcomes resistance in every aspect of life. Rock with me, understand. Now I'm in the scheme of things, the Benz, the Bentley coupe, the beam of things, the coke, the dope, the triple beam and things. I'm getting money. You know the dream of things. Man, I thought I was a shit, had a Benz, but I lived in my neighbor's basement. Here's the question: how can a young nigga be so old? How can a hot nigga get so cold? How can an old nigga be so dumb? How can a smart nigga be so dumb? How can a cool nigga be such a nerd? With no wings, how can I be a bird? How come getting what I deserve is so unheard and so absurd? Why am I still here? So many niggas is gone, I was born my year. Scoot up writing this rhyme, I had to shed a tear, cause I've been waiting so long to say this shit here. Yeah. Y'all know where I'm at. That's just how it was. I smile now, but the smile stops me crying. Yeah. Yeah. Too big. Yeah. Yeah.
This is not the America that you knew. This is the new world order. Make no mistake about it. You're going to deal with military mind games like you ain't never seen before. You're going to see shit that you ain't never seen before. You got to stay focused to see through the bullshit. Don't let these people lead you like a dog on a leash. You are not a horse.
These niggas is dumb, they ain't done enough. We got pieces that head, we gon' run it up. Stay with 245s and they double tuck. Keep them outside of the window, we bundled up. Got the bundle stuff, nigga stuffed up. So far up, I can cough it up. I opt out, nigga, cough it up. Go to the view and shoot the coffin up. These niggas is dumb, they ain't done enough. We got pieces that head, we gon' run it up. Stay with 245s and they double tuck. Keep them outside of the window, we bundled up. Got the bundle stuff, nigga stuffed up. So far up, I can cough it up. I opt out, nigga, cough it up. Go to the view and shoot the coffin up. Shit. You gotta love it. Love it. The world is full of niggas scoring ballin' on a budget. But fuck it. Shit. And am I still banging tonight? I will just not discuss it. Shit. Cause that's not for the public. And my destiny's written $1 million in March with a budget. Before I leave my house, I wipe down my 9 and I tuck it. Stay on guard from all this fuck shit. I live when I spit, I can trust it. These niggas is busters. Shit. On 183rd, where you find me at? I block when niggas get behind that. From a culture that's based on no facts. So if they say it's facts, we still say it's probably that. From my cars and they vids, when I go to their crib, I'm like, nigga, where's those Ferraris at? 90% this shit probably cap. 100% this shit only rap. Entertainment. Do not put so much responsibility on entertainers. As for me, I just stay in my lane. Cause nigga super gang banging, chain swinging, big ding hanging. Swinging. Fuck the words that he's saying. They just following the cadence. I am not for the complaining. It takes too much energy. I need my energy. Combating all these frenemies. And niggas that want to see the end of me. What's a sin for them is not a sin for me. So go when I show them no sympathy. Until they show each other sympathy. Niggas empty, but ain't nothing empty in me. Niggas is dumb, they ain't done enough. We got pieces that head, we gon' run it up. Stay with 245s and they double tuck. Keep them outside of the window, we bundled up. Got the bundle stuff, nigga stuffed up. So far up, I can cough it up. I opt out, make them cough it up. Go to the view and shoot the coffin up. These niggas is dumb, they ain't done enough. We got pieces that head, we gon' run it up. Stay with 245s and they double tuck. Keep them outside of the window, we bundled up. Got the bundle stuff, nigga stuffed up. So far up, I can cough it up. I opt out, make them cough it up. Go to the view and shoot the coffin up. While niggas spending all their money living in the dark. I'm living in the days of Noah, I'm just building arcs. Water coming, water rising. Is it a shortage or is it climbing? Is it a comet or niggas wilding? Or secret societies mixed with timing? Either way, I stay on topic. I can't worry about shit if I can't stop it. I'm just waiting on death, I was born a hostage. Surrounded by niggas born in the project. With their mama emotion and lacking logic. All the shit that I know what they lack in college. And degrees that they giving is pathologic. I just fly in the sky like I'm half an object. It's really real, I really feel like that. I ain't gotta be gay just to feel like that. I ain't gotta slay things and go kill a cat. I can rebuild the world and then feel it back. Niggas locked in the cage, I ain't here for that. With that minimum wage, I can't deal with scrap. How these rappers get paid, I can't build with scraps. Ain't calm building cities, I'm just super bitty. Came from hats for Leos and Billies. No response from my city. Niggas hate me, bitches plotting to get me. Hearing Glock sounds with the top down. Niggas talk shit when I'm not around. Homie, don't play that cause I'm not a clown. I always stay up because I'm never down. These niggas is dumb, they ain't done enough. We got pieces that head, we gon' run it up. Stay with 245s and they double tuck. Keep them outside of the window, we bundled up. Got the bundle stuff, nigga stuffed up. So far up, I can cough it up. I opt out, nigga cough it up. Go to the view and shoot the coffin up. These niggas is dumb, they ain't done enough. We got pieces that head, we gon' run it up. Stay with 245s and they double tuck. Keep them outside of the window, we bundled up. Got the bundle stuff, nigga stuffed up. So far up, I can cough it up. I opt out, nigga cough it up. Go to the view and shoot the coffin up.
The brave. More like the land of the thief, the home of the slave. 2 million people go missing every year. Where they disappearing to?
Y'all already know the rules. When you come in my house, take off your shoes and super violate that like button. It don't cost you nothing to hit that like button. Shall we begin? Shall we begin? Peace and blessings to everybody in the building. It's 2026. What some people call a new year in America. But ain't nothing changed. Some of us is still carrying burdens, carrying heavy hearts, things that we came from, or things that rather came from our childhood. Keep your head up. For those of y'all that's still suffering in silence, start living your life. Because tomorrow's not promised. And me, out of all people, I know what it's like to carry a torch of heartache and pain. You got to start living your life. Tomorrow is not promised. Stop measuring your life to somebody else's. Enjoy every moment and every breath of what you have. Enjoy what you have. And in some cases, thank God for what you don't have. Because the reality of it is, some of y'all see people that have way more things than y'all. Materialistic stuff. They made this world here their paradise. And they surrounded themselves with the most beautiful things. But inside their heart is a disease. Sometimes just being who you are, the man that you look in the mirror and you see, that person that you looking at is better than most of these people with materialistic things. Be you, embrace you, enjoy you, love on you. Look yourself in the mirror and tell yourself that you the shit. And don't let nobody take that from you. I floss materialistic things on people because I know it makes them sick. I know that no matter how much they make videos and spread lies and talk bad about me, I know they're going to tune in and they're going to look at me. So I made it my business to shine on them every time, to make them sick in their stomach, to make niggas punch the air. But for the people that's less fortunate than me, understand something. I come from poverty and pain, welfare cheese, the projects, playing corners in the elevator. Like, I've been through it all. I've been through all the same things that you've been through. Live life as if it's your last day and enjoy it. The simple things, the little things in life will make you smile. I know niggas that got Ferraris and Benzes that want to kill themselves. Live your life. Enjoy what God gave you. And shine on them with that. Because people will sit up there and tell you they never seen people at the top of the pyramid hate on people at the bottom. Whoever told you that was a liar. Whoever told you that the people at the top don't hate down at the bottom is a liar. Trust and believe me when I tell you. The people at the top, the richest people, the elite, is the ones that pay for the airplanes to spray you with chemtrails. Why you think they spraying you? Because they hate you. They hate you. They have everything in the world and you have nothing. And they try to figure out every day how to raise your rent, how to raise your taxes. Oh yeah. Millionaires, some of the millionaires, them some grumpy people. There's some evil people. Why do you think that it's easier for the camel to get through the eye of a needle than it is for a rich person to get into paradise? Because them niggas is evil. All I did was just take a couple of pictures. What I did, I did a video with Mace. I had dinner with Mace. Discussed some business. Sat down with Tony Ayo and Uncle Murder. You know how many niggas that's in position, that's rich, that's been in the game, already start throwing monkey riches. Don't never let them tell you that the people up top or the ones that's doing better than you don't look down and hate. The only thing they could do is look down. Because that's all they have. It's materialistic things. To have somebody that genuinely loves you, for you, to have somebody that genuinely supports you, for you, that got your back, there's nothing more precious than that. But I'm going to tell you something else too, right? With all these egotistical niggas running around here, I see a lot of dudes that's egotistical, right? I'm this, I'm that. Let me tell you something, man. A crackhead or a homeless person will get you further in life than some of these fake friends that think they all that. Trust and believe me when I tell you. I can get further with a maid, with somebody to wash my dishes. I can get further with a garbage man, maybe somebody that's homeless that'll take out my garbage. Than a nigga than these people that just come around you. They size you up to see if you still doing better than them or they still doing better than you, and pretend like y'all friends. And all y'all life, y'all done hung out together, but you never, ever, ever accomplished anything together. Anything, nothing. You've never accomplished nothing with them. This is why I say pay attention to your circle before they hurt you. Some of y'all got hopes and dreams. All you need is a little bit of help. Some of y'all can't even read, but somebody else sitting next to you could read. And they can help you with computer programming or help you with the things that you need to get done, but they won't. There's people that sitting, listen, let me tell you something. As far as graphics go, I probably got the wackest graphics on YouTube. I use my cell phone. You know how many people around me know how to do all the things that Hassan Campbell couldn't do for all of these years that I've been on YouTube, and never once took the time out to sit up there and say, yo, we gonna enhance this nigga channel, make his channel look crazy? No. They still counting the numbers and counting the views and seeing how long I'm gonna be able to stay in this position that I'm in. They don't love me. Their hearts is filled with disease. See, one thing about me, I've always went through and kept myself just built up with childhood misery. But I still, no matter what I went through, I've always wanted all of the people around me to win. You see me soon as I start an intro or outro when I'm doing something on my page, the first thing I do is play somebody's music. Most of these niggas' music that I'm playing, I haven't spoken to these niggas. I don't speak to these niggas on a daily basis. When I keep me afloat, I try to keep other niggas afloat. You'll never hear me sit up there and say about anybody, oh, I'm just messing with this person because I'm just using them. If I don't rock with you, I don't rock with you. But I'm the type of nigga, I might not rock with you and still try to help you. You see the difference? And until you can find people like that to include in your life, then you got to start evaluating everything and every move that you make, because the reality of it is, we living in the last days of America. And like God says, no man knows the hour. And that's very, very true. But the clock, the time is ticking on every last one of us. Stop wasting your time. Stop wasting your time. Like I'm gonna say it again. Sometimes you might find a homeless person that have nowhere to live, and take that person in and dust that person off and clean that person up. And that person right there might be the most valuable player in your life. Not them fly niggas. Not them selfish niggas with the big egos. It's like you look at these niggas on YouTube. Until they seen me, China Brim, and Harlem Legend go sit down with Vlad, them niggas wasn't doing stream yards together. The ones that had the bigger platforms wasn't reaching back to the smaller platforms, but they're doing it in competition to see what kind of egos they can put together to verse these egos. Not out of love, not out of sitting up there saying, yo, you know what? The 1% stick together, so we gonna stick together. Nah. Black men act worse than women. Black men are more envious and heart-filled with disease than women. It's disgusting. And you niggas need to get the hate out of your heart. It's a lot going on in America. The home of the thief. I mean, the home of the slave. You got a lot of people that have a lot of mixed feelings about what's going on in America and the moves that our president made.
The U.S. military has attacked Venezuela, kidnapped its president, Nicolas Maduro, and flown him and his wife out of the country. Here are 4 things you need to know. Number 1, this is an act of war. Under the U.S. Constitution, only Congress can declare war, not the president. Number 2, this was never about drugs. Since September, at least 115 civilians have been killed in Trump's boat strikes in the Caribbean and Pacific. Yet Trump recently pardoned Juan Orlando Hernandez, the former president of Honduras, who was convicted in court of trafficking hundreds of tons of cocaine into the United States. Number 3, this was never about democracy. Yes, Maduro is a dictator, but Trump embraced other dictators, praising Vladimir Putin, exchanging love letters with Kim Jong-un, and even hosting Saudi Arabia's crown prince after U.S. intelligence said he approved the murder of a Washington Post journalist. Here in Brazil, Trump even pressured courts to protect former President Bolsonaro after a January 6th-style insurrection. But Venezuela has the world's largest oil reserves, and Trump has openly said he wants the oil. Number 4, this sets a dangerous precedent. If U.S. presidents can, quote, capture foreign presidents they don't like and release the ones they do like, we don't have a democracy ourselves. What comes next for Venezuela, we don't know. When the U.S. pushed regime change in Iraq and Afghanistan, it led to decades of chaos and instability. But the final irony is this. Just last year, one U.S. government official said this about our foreign policy. If somebody sells drugs in another country, that doesn't mean you arrest the president and put him in jail for the rest of his life. That government official was Donald Trump.
To any of my mods that's out here that's watching, any of these channels that come inside my comment section to announce another person live while I'm live, block them.
Stop saying somebody's not going to invade us. You motherfuckers were unaware of the invasion that took place after Japan came and hit us on soil. No, I don't mean 6 hours away on the planet Earth of Hawaii, okay? Because that's its own fucking area. Ahalo. I mean in a situation when Japan made it onto Californian soil and Alaskan soil and took Americans as fucking prisoners. Do you know how small Japan is? If them motherfuckers can do it and there's 350 fucking ships of a fucking flotilla sitting outside of the Pacific, that's not for Taiwan. And China had an envoy in Venezuela that day, the day that we decided to take Maduro. Oh, right now, 现在, we have no idea if they are alive. Do you? I beg, nobody's gonna invade America. Bitch, we were scared of Japan. We currently unalived 120,000 fucking civilians because we couldn't fight their fucking military. Why do y'all do this? Ew.
Trump is moving to take Venezuela because we are about to lose economic activity from Taiwan due to a Chinese invasion. The Telegraph is reporting from a top-secret document that the U.S. military has assessed that it would be destroyed if a confrontation happened between Washington and Beijing over Taiwan. Document points to over-reliance on Chinese goods, along with their hypersonic missiles that can destroy aircraft carriers within minutes, which leads into what we are doing into Venezuela. In Taiwan, we have economic activity at about $130 billion per year because of chips, AI, and other things. At a modest recovery at $60 a barrel, Venezuela could output $190 billion per year. It is now clear and obvious to me. China is about to make a move on Taiwan, and we are taking Venezuela because we would not be able to economically survive without the output from that oil. This is why the president and the government is not making a case to Congress. It would induce a panic. It's the only reason why we have 25% of all of our forces right off the coast of Venezuela, currently in a pre-World War.
And Marco Rubio stands up and talks about not playing games with the president.
The president doesn't go out looking for people to pick fights with. He's not, generally wants to get along with everybody. We'll talk and meet with anybody, but don't play games. Don't play games with this president's in office.
Let's remember what's actually at stake here. Our U.S. service members did not sign up to be pawns in some geopolitical chess game. They're not here to be the world's bullies or to have their lives treated as some expendable for political theater. And it's especially rich coming from politicians who have zero family members serving, zero personal skin in the game, and yet they're willing to put our men and women in uniform right in harm's way. Now, I doubt very seriously Marco Rubio, the president, and any of those any of those billionaires got military family members putting their lives on the fucking damn line. We are not fucking tools for political vanity. We didn't sign up for this saber-rattling bullshit on behalf of politicians who treat our service members like some fucking game and take oil from Venezuela. If you want to talk about not playing games, start by respecting the lives of those who actually serve. Not using them as some disposable pieces of your political board and your grifting trying to take oil from melanated or a Latin country. Our service members are not fucking props. They're not expendable pieces in your geopolitical power play. We did not enlist to be used as muscle for political bravado or reckless posturing by people who would never hear a knock on their own fucking damn door. Because I doubt any of you politicians got service members or family members that serve. It's always the loudest voices for confrontation who have the least skin in the game. So if you're going to say don't play games, understand this. The only people not playing games are the ones in uniform. And if you're willing to risk their lives for your rhetoric, then you've already crossed the fucking line.
We stop for a second. I think y'all need to understand that, right? Most of these politicians already moved out of their homes and they sleeping on military bases. A lot of these people that's in power, the elite, they live in underground cities, not just little bunkers. They live in underground cities that you and me, our eyes, will never see. Evil and evil people have an escape plan, while us good people, there is no plan for us because the plan is not for us to survive. And while you get up and go to work every day to keep evil people in power, take that into consideration.
It has now been confirmed by members of Congress that the president's strike against Venezuela and the capturing of President Maduro and his wife is completely unconstitutional. He did not have permission from Congress. He also did not inform the Gang of Eight, which is a committee comprised of House and Senate leaders. The president is using our military, our service members, as cannon fodder so that he can enrich himself. Make no mistake, this has nothing to do with safety. This has nothing to do with narco-terrorism because he recently just pardoned another narco-terrorist. Trump has taken over this country like a dictator, and the Republicans are rolling over like dogs. And meanwhile, he's also threatening Iran. He needs to be impeached today. He needs to be removed from office today. This has gone way too far, and he is putting all of our lives at risk. And our service members do not need to be fighting so that Trump can line his own pockets from the oil and the mineral resources in Venezuela, because that's what this is about.
B Money CLT. High's critical times. We take care of the family. Appreciate you. Much love, Charlotte, North Carolina. Shout out to you, family. Thank you for sponsoring this war.
Good day to you. I am shocked, appalled, and I condemn the kidnapping of Maduro from Venezuela. I urge all world leaders, all 194 world leaders, to condemn this act. It is against international law. Trump is insane. Trump is a lunatic. You have removed a leader of a country and you are putting him on trial in the United States. Let this be a warning for Africa and all African leaders. We need to invest in nuclear weapons. It is that simple. I won't repeat this message. To the Venezuelan people, my thoughts and prayers are with you. America wants your oil. And this is sad to see. It should be condemned immediately by all world leaders. Thank you.
Now that's a voice coming from one of the presidents, Maduro. One of the presidents of Africa. Did you hear what he said? This is one of the presidents of Africa. Listen to me. I'm going to play it again for you, because in case some of y'all was just talking in the comment section.
Good day to you. I am shocked, appalled, and I condemn the kidnapping of Maduro from Venezuela. I urge all world leaders, all 194 world leaders, to condemn this act. It is against international law. Trump is insane. Trump is a lunatic. You have removed a leader of a country and you are putting him on trial in the United States. Let this be a warning for Africa and all African leaders. We need to invest in nuclear weapons. It is that simple. I won't repeat this message. To the Venezuelan people, my thoughts and prayers are with you. America wants your oil. And this is sad to see. It should be condemned immediately by all world leaders. Thank you.
For the jackass that said, I don't know what I'm talking about, that's not me speaking. That's a world leader. That's a world leader, not a YouTuber, a world leader announcing to other and calling for other African leaders to invest in nuclear weapons. What part did you not understand, jackass? What part? What part you didn't understand? All roads in this situation leads to what? The apocalypse. The destruction of this earth. All roads, when you're dealing with countries that's superpowers, that's battling not over the block, but over the planet and the planet resources. See, little niggas, dumb niggas, black niggas from the block, they beef over the block. But colonizers, they beef over colonizing the earth. See, a gangbanger will take out another gangbanger. But Trump just kidnapped the whole president like it was nothing. Are you not entertained? The nigga Trump kidnapped a whole president like it was nothing. Then dumped him in the same jail with Diddy. I wonder what their conversation gonna be like. Wow. Could you imagine being Diddy, being locked up next to the president of Venezuela? That's powerful. I was locked up with some courageous brothers from the hood. This nigga Diddy locked up with presidents. Are you not entertained?
So, Nicolas Maduro gets captured by the U.S., but you guys, are we watching a movie? Let's get into it. Now first, a lot of people are saying America invaded Venezuela to stop the narco-terrorism, but also it's the oil, in which they have more than anybody else, with over 300 billion barrels of crude oil. Now it's important to note that this is the thick, rich, dark crude oil because there's three types. There's light, medium, and dark, in which we have refineries in Texas and Louisiana to refine this brand new oil. But question, how many times does this guy need to change during his capture? Because it seems like they're making this whole process nice and cozy, don't you think? And how did this person know that all this is going down? Because this account on Polymarket made 4 predictions, putting up about $30,000 and profiting over $400,000. And some of those predictions says Maduro out by January 31st, will the US invade, etc. And these are just placed just hours before the attack. Not to mention, after all this goes down, the US secures a silver smelter deal to process metals, which is not surprising because Venezuela also has some of the biggest rare earth mineral deposits. And oh look, it's financed by JP Morgan, a central bank. Just like this guy congratulating Trump on his victory, who is a central banker himself, a Rothschild. And you guessed it, here's all the countries that didn't have a central bank, and some of these stories, well, you know how they ended. Now there's various pictures of him giving up the thumbs up sign. He looks very happy for somebody who's facing narco-terrorism charges, but maybe he handed all this over on a silver platter. Have you guys ever heard of Smartmatic, the Venezuelan voting system that not only was used during Hugo Chavez's re-election, but used in the 2020 US election? Now I wonder, does Maduro have any vital information on corruption when it comes to the 2020 election, which may not be far-fetched because 3 executives from Smartmatic were charged under the Foreign Corruption Practices Act. So I guess time will tell. Make sure you guys hit up my YouTube, The Maverick Approach, but let me know what you guys think. Did Maduro make a deal? Let me know below.
Inquiring minds want to know, how do you take out a president without their military going to war? I don't care about the lights being turned off. You can't make me believe that a president of a country, a whole country, his technology is so poor, his army is so weak that an American military can go in within a matter of an hour, 2 hours, and kidnap their president. That's impossible. Something just ain't right. I don't believe nothing that I hear and half of what I see. But everybody got an opinion, right?
Fuck Venezuela. Take all their shit. I'm against these long, prolonged boots on the ground, let's launder trillions, thousands of death, bullshit wars, Afghanistan garbage. I'm against that. But I am for efficient imperialism. Send the Blackhawks, kidnap one guy, in and out, 45 minutes, get trillions. Bro, let's take all of it. Let's take Colombia. Let's take Mexico. Let's take all of Europe. Bro, I wish America would just invade Europe. Take Greenland. What the fuck are Denmark gonna do? What the fuck are Denmark gonna do? Nothing. Take their shit, bro. Take it. Why are we leaving South America to these fucking South Americans, these fucking Mexicans? Anyone with a brain knows Mexico and below is all one big Mexico. Just a bunch of fucking Mexicans. I'm from Argentina. I'm from Colombia. I'm from Honduras. You're a bunch of Mexicans. If you saw a man from Honduras breaking into your car and you called the police, you'd be like, hey, there's a Mexican breaking into my car. They're Mexicans. Leading it to a bunch of fucking Papacito. What are they even doing with these countries? Papacito, Shakira. They got all these countries, all this oil, and you talk to them for 5 minutes and they're just fucking dancing around. Papacito. It's fucking stupid. Take their shit, Brett. Send the army, take their shit. Fuck these people. America should take everyone's shit while it's still capable. While there's a few white guys left, because they're the most competent. Send the Delta Force to take absolutely everybody's stuff. That's the way the world has always worked. There's no such thing as international law. There's just violence. And who has the most guns? That's the way everything works. Law isn't real. I've said to you guys for a very long time, law isn't real. It's an empire of lies. The idea of law and order is all made up. Who has guns? They arrested me and threw me in jail when I did nothing wrong because they had guns. That's it. America's got fucking guns. So let's take everyone's shit while we have Trump in charge. 100% for Venezuela. Let's take Colombia too. Let's take all their shit. And by the way, while I'm on this fucking subject, any man who is down there in Latin America is collateral damage. If you're some American who's down there passport broing and you get hit by a fucking Black Hawk depleted uranium round right in the fucking dome, you deserve it. Because those girls look like fucking housemaids, bruv. Anyone who says Latinos is hot is poor. If you have real money, you have a Russian or a Ukrainian. If you have real money, you're pimping in Dubai. But when you're broke on $3,000 a month, you go down to Colombia and go, the women are so feminine here. She hasn't even got a fucking pedicure. She's got flat feet, bruv. Flat feet and fucking flip-flops on. She looks like my housemaid. I hired 5 of those.
Did y'all hear him? I don't know where to find the rest of this live at. But that is the most disrespectful shit he said. Niggas said Latino women are trash. If you want a real woman, you got to get a Russian woman or a Ukrainian woman. The nigga said Latino woman. I don't know where he come from, but I'm from New York, my nigga. Well, you got some of the most beautiful Latino women. Dominican, Puerto Rican. Like, wow. That's where I lost 90% of respect for Andrew Tate. Because he just told you what he felt about it. He thought about poor people. Nigga said the bitch so broke her pussy is worth a pair of sandals. Some broken ones. Some sandals, some broken ones. Everybody got a opinion.
So while everyone's distracted with the fact that the Goon Squad, our president, Homeland Security, decided to kidnap the president of another country, no one's talking about how with the Somalis in Minnesota, the Department of Homeland Security did an investigation and found that there was no fraudulent activity. Let me say that again. The child care funding that is frozen across all of the United States of America that will affect people starting tomorrow who need to go to work and need child care because of a video from a racist right-wing creator who decided to go to a daycare during the holidays when all daycares are fucking closed and accuse them of fraud. It was all fake. Go to a daycare during the holidays, which, by the way, when there is public child care funding through the federal government, they do not get paid for holidays. They are closed all the way from before Christmas to the 5th of January. To go to this establishment that is working outside of normal hours and accuse them of fraud to the point where the entire United States of America is without child care vouchers, for them to find that these people had no fraudulent activity, you need to be in jail. And I know that y'all like to tussle, so I'm just going to pull up the article. And this is what it looks like when a dictator sends right-wing influencers to basically harass a democratic state because he doesn't like Tim Walz. Here we are. Minnesota Department finds child care centers targeted in viral video operating normally. The State Department of Children, Youth, and Families said it visited 9 facilities at the center of the right-wing claims of fraud and found them operating as expected. Not only did they find no fraud, they actually found that these Somali daycares were operating normally within their limits for child care funding through the holidays. So, get a lawyer, sue that motherfucker blind, because ain't no motherfucking way you just stop child care for everybody in America from a viral video that was false because you were too incompetent to understand daycare hours, bitch. And I don't know who put you up to that, but there's a lot of paid opposition in the government right now, and I hope they take every penny from you and every parent sues you who can't motherfucking go to work tomorrow because you have shut down their child care funding. You fucking incompetent fool.
Stop calling her liberal. That's the problem with some of you spies in my comment section. Some of us, we not with the left wing or the right wing. Some of us don't give a goddamn about the Democrats or the Republicans. That's the problem. You people, like, we having a conversation. Who paying me? Your mother. Your mother paying me. She ain't good at it though, the bum bitch. Now, back to what I was saying. When you sit back and you analyze that billions of dollars has been spent on Somalians and not the black American, so you telling me the slave master will let some niggas from overseas, from Africa, come to America and let them have access to billions of dollars when black people in America didn't even have access to food stamps for Thanksgiving? When it was talks of police and extra police and even more police closing down supermarkets and arresting you just in case you decided to steal? You telling me the ones who built America, this land of the thief, where our ancestors went through the worst of the worst, you're telling me that the Somalians came over here and they have access to anything, luxury cars and everything, while your grandmother, your grandfather died. Some of them died shining shoes, packing bags in supermarkets. And some of you right now living, watching me, y'all barely can pay your bills. You agree with this? You cool with this? You don't feel like you violated? That's like you having your first child with your baby father, and you couldn't even buy your child nothing for its birthday. And then you come to find out your baby father just bought a bitch a Birkin bag. You can't even buy a box of Pampers, but he bought another chick a Birkin bag. Some things niggas just can't come back from. Because all we being told in America is that the black American, who is the real Native American of this land, the real Indian of this land, you ain't worth shit to the colonizer. But just hold on. Because if he needs you to go overseas to fight a war, or you ain't even got to go nowhere. Because the next level of war in World War III, when the earth is cracked in half, will be nuclear weapons. You will die in your sleep. And an inferno of fire. Keep thinking it's a game. And then you got brothers that keep coming up and telling you the same thing, which is,
please do your research. This is a serious warning.
Right now, the time for everybody go every food bank and go stack up barrel of food and just have it in your house put on. Because there's a food shortage coming to America. We're not going normal. Yeah, tell you this. I am a freight manager. I am a freight manager. Me know what used to come last year. And from late in the last year, certain things stop come. I know this year me say, you know, about no more. Because whatever I go on with over the side of earlier and over here, so a lot of stuff is no longer on shelves. And we do not pay attention to see that. Yeah, certain Italian bread we used to sell at the store, no longer coming. Start to save up food. You could have money to the food, the money not going to help you. Let me say it again. You could have money to the food, the money not going to help you. Save up food. It's serious. Everything I drop now, go check the ports them right now across America. The information is out there so they can go look for the other self. Check the ports across America. Them empty your fuck. Them empty no blood clot. All across America. And the ports them overseas full. Why? The ports them overseas full with products that come to America. And American ports is empty. And plus me here, I don't know how true this is, but the man them send a container come with more than half of the container them empty. Imagine that them send a container ship come across. This is how petty these people are. With half of the containers empty. You think I joke? Or they can do their own research, or they have Google, or they have Firefox, or they have Safari, or they have everything. Do their own research, or they be careful and prepared for what the fuck is coming. Trust me, it's not gonna nice. Remember, see, I'm not gonna go through a Great Depression already, you know. It's not like but it's impossible, you know. It can't happen again. And the way how things look, it never happen again. So they just want to stack up on food, bro. You see, Roman noodles, at the first, I see so much Roman in my life to blood clot. And mostly Indian products I get now. I'm seeing people not pay attention to that. We get a shit of the Indian products now. As I say, food shortage will come. Be careful, be prepared, and stack up barrels out. Just wait it out. But stop with this idle spending and just waste money on unnecessary things right now. Things at times about to get blood clot more difficult than it is. Trust and believe.
Let the code be the leader. Let me ask you a question. If you could feel the passion in what this West Indian brother was saying, put a 1 in the comment section. If you could feel the chills, the seriousness in his message and what he's telling you, put a 1 in the comment section. If you can't, put a 2. You can't feel him? He ain't saying what I've been saying? Now you got people at the ports telling you the ports is drying up. Nigga, that's death by design.
told you it was about oil, but what if I told you the US just stole $1 trillion in silver while everyone was watching the wrong headline? It was not a war, it was a resource extraction op. Look, less than 24 hours after the US invaded Venezuela, a deal was inked. A new $8 billion silver smelter facility financed by JP Morgan, jointly owned by the Department of Defense to process Venezuelan silver. Why? Because JP Morgan was underwater on a physical silver short worth billions. They did not invade for oil, they invaded to bail out the bank. Comment scroll if you're ready for the real blueprint. I'll scan your scroll and remind you how you already won. But Venezuela sits on the Arco Minero, trillions in unmined gold and silver. JP Morgan gets caught rigging silver, pays $1 billion in fines, and now they just buy the smelter and rewrite the rules. And they did it with your tax money. The US military didn't just topple a regime, they cleared the path to mine collateral for a failing financial system. Comment scroll to decode your wealth timeline. What's coming next will crush the unprepared. Look, silver just crossed $75 per ounce. Physical silver is trading near and above $100 per ounce depending on where you live in the world, but JP Morgan and COMEX are still manipulating paper prices. Meanwhile, crude oil is collapsing, and for the first time ever, the paper market is losing control. The return to sound money is here. Sovereign money, scroll-backed money, but it's not gold. It's the metal they tried to bury, silver. They didn't just build a smelter, they built an extraction funnel, and they're draining the vaults in broad daylight. You're either on the scroll-coded path, or you're the liquidity they're stealing from. Comment scroll if you're done playing their game.
Fix, I can't even, man, listen, Fix, thank you for sponsoring this wall, family. I can't even see what you wrote. Appreciate you.
Now let's see how they wiped us as American Indians out of history. Because in the law of 1662, we were American Indians. In the law of 1662, the baby follows the belly. 1682 is the law that defines who's enslaved, the law that says North Africans and American Indians. We're there. 1856, we're American Indians in the Dred Scott decision. So in 1865, when 4 million people were released from slavery, where the fuck did the American Indians go? That we're American Indians. They wiped us out of history. So then we get lost in the education system for 100 years, and when we pop out in 1960, on the other side, there's no longer any American Indians that were enslaved, just black people? And black people means you came from West Africa? But every single American law that predates the United States, and every single United States law, says that those enslaved only come from North Africa and North America as the indigenous people of those two lands. So somebody is lying. And it's the public school system, because West Africa is not mentioned in any law. Nobody came from West Africa by law. You cannot falsely educate. I want to sue everybody. I can't.
Why do you think they took out Malcolm X? Why do you think they took out Malcolm X? Because when he went over to Africa, he realized that he wasn't from there. He's from here.
Have you ever seen this map? Because if not, it's definitely time that you do. It's a map based off of the Monroe Doctrine that was introduced by President James Monroe in 1823. And basically, it says that the Western Hemisphere belongs to the Americas and that no foreign power should have any control over it. Back in the day, it was referring to Europe, but today it applies to China and Russia. That's why when Marco Rubio was being interviewed about why the United States captured Maduro and Venezuela, he said it had nothing to do with oil at all, but actually had to do with...
China need their oil. Why does Russia need their oil? Why does Iran need their oil? They're not even in this continent. This is the Western Hemisphere. This is where we live. And we're not going to allow the Western Hemisphere to be a base of operation for adversaries, competitors, and rivals of the United States.
The Monroe Doctrine that President Trump has been referencing refers to the United States controlling the Western Hemisphere, which includes Greenland, Cuba, Colombia, Venezuela, which is why you've heard about us getting involved in those countries lately. It's about energy dominance. Oil, gas, lithium, rare earths in the Americas must not fall under hostile control. Financial power, making sure that the dollar system remains dominant in this hemisphere. Military exclusion, you just heard Marco Rubio saying this, no rival power gets permanent bases near U.S. territory, and information and tech control, telecom, satellites, AI, and surveillance matter as much as tanks. If a new world order is happening right now, many people believe it'll end up looking something like this. After all, yesterday, President Trump did say,
peace on earth. Peace on earth. We gotta have peace. It's our hemisphere. The Monroe Doctrine was very important when it was done, and other presidents, a lot of them, they lost sight of it. I didn't lose sight, but it really is, it's peace on earth.
I think it's safe to say that this is something we should all be paying attention to and not just some crazy conspiracy theory. But as always, I want to hear what you think about all of this down below.
What I'm trying to do is just not give y'all my opinion, because we the people, when it comes to the future of America, I would think that all of us would have a voice. So I decided to just collect different people that had different ideologies on this topic so that y'all can listen, because at the end of the day, I'm not here to brainwash you. I haven't been selected by evil. I'm an independent nigga traveling the path of righteousness, doing the best that I could do to do that, because we all know that that's not easy. We all get tempted to do something that we ain't got no business doing, even at the age of us being grown. When you see a president make a move like these people already inherited, or rather, no, wrong word. They robbed and stole the whole earth. And we the people, we have nothing.
Oh, y'all still think I'm bugging out? You have to be brain dead if you don't see what's going on now. Like, Biden hold his whole administration put a $25 million bounty on your man that went up to $50 million. Trump catches him. Now everybody's mad. I don't get it. How y'all mad at him doing something that all of y'all said y'all wanted to do, labeled him a threat, but ain't had a cojones to go do it, and then Batman go do it? Yeah, because you know Trump is today's Batman. He's the real Batman. The billionaire who could be home doing whatever the...
Trump didn't go over to Venezuela to kidnap that president. Trump didn't go over there himself. He sent the same army that Biden had access to, that Obama had access to. We already seen what happened to Gaddafi. We already seen what happened to Saddam Hussein. So whenever they want to go over there and they want to do something, now it's Trump's turn to break international laws. It was Trump's turn to break international laws. This is why you have a round table of leaders. And when Trump did what he just did, it was his turn to break international government laws. He broke a treaty. I get sick and tired of niggas playing military mind games and acting like they smart. See, you know, sometimes people sound smart when they talk until you challenge what they say. Any president in America can push a button and destroy half this earth. Any president in America can push a button and have somebody taken out on the opposite side of this earth. Trump ain't do nothing special. He violated peace treaties with our brothers and sisters across the world. He violated peace treaties with brothers and sisters across the world. Well, let me let this brother, shout out to Gotham. I gave Gotham a call tonight because I said we got a debate on this. I ain't get an answer. Oh, yeah. Because men with intellect, we can sit down and debate. See, one thing I don't like is that niggas is newcomers when it come to being a supporter of Trump. I've been there, I've done that. When he was being honest. I refuse to do that while he's being dishonest.
Yo, y'all still think I'm bugging out? You have to be brain dead if you don't see what's going on now. Like, Biden the administration put a $25 million bounty on your man that went up to $50 million. Trump catches him, now everybody's mad. I don't get it. How y'all mad at him doing something that all of y'all said y'all wanted to do, labeled him a threat, but ain't had a cojones to go do it, and then Batman go do it? Yeah, because you know Trump is today's Batman. He's the real Batman. The billionaire who could be home doing whatever the fuck he want to do, but yet
Trump can't even change his diaper right now. Trump can't even change. Trump can't even get in the shower and get out the shower and change his diaper right now. He ain't Batman. He's a dictator abusing power.
he's out here playing cops and robbers for free. He gives his check away. Almost got his head smoked twice. He out here blowing shit up. I mean, city mad at him. Remember our Batman? He blowing shit up, beating people up. Saving people, but they mad at him. They should be mad at Batman. Same shit. Trump. Everybody hates, and he's doing the job. Like all the shit that they said they wanted to do, he did it, and they mad, and they gonna try to turn it into a negative. And he's out here. Batman.
Shout out to Gotham. Set it up, Gotham. You know we got a debate on this topic. Because, see, one thing that you niggas can't do, oh, he's a liberal. Nah, my nigga. Some of us is taking a stand. We ain't with the left wing or the right wing. We the people, my nigga. We the people. We the people. And we getting tired of picking cotton. And my question to all of you dudes out there still sitting up there riding the Trump wave, when Trump goes over to Venezuela and hijack the whole country like he just did, how is that going to affect the American people in a good way? Because we got Somalians over here replacing us. We the last of a dying breed. That saying was here for a reason. We are the last of a dying breed. Now they bringing Africans over here, really, to breed and outbreed us, while they decreasing and vaccinating and giving us all types of shit to reduce our population. They pushing a different population of black people to destroy history. And y'all niggas is still praising these niggas. Trump didn't stop these vaccines. All of this shit was going on his watch. Who you fooling? Don't let them fool you. So now you could talk about vaccines, but you couldn't talk about it before? What part of the game is we playing? Haj, you know I rock with you, but how you explain the countless Venezuelan people that are celebrating? First and foremost, have you been to Venezuela to see if they are celebrating? Or are you looking at with Puñeta Yahoo, whatever they call that nigga overseas? That's what I'm gonna call him, Puñeta. You can't even see what's going on overseas. That's why they grabbed TikTok. Did you not see the leader overseas say that's why they grabbed TikTok so you couldn't see the truth? Show me a real video that's not animated. Number one. Number two, I'm going to say it again. If you didn't catch it when I said this a few days ago, I don't give a fuck about what the people of Venezuela feels about this situation. I am not willing to send my nieces and nephews, my sons and daughters, my grandchildren to war. We are on the brink of World War III, you idiot. Now, let me ask you a question. All of those oils, all of those them tanker ships that was basically robbed, because that was highway robbery. All of those places, right, where you see those minerals, golds, oils, silvers being bottom line to this is Trump. Because when I did a stick up back in the days, when me and other stick up kids went to go do a robbery, I got paid for it. Everybody got paid. Even the nigga that was lookout, you know, the nigga that didn't do nothing, he might have got the lease. But when you got superpowers or world superpowers waiting to set it off, yeah, they waiting to set it off, set it off. They waiting to set it off. When they set it off, you ain't got nowhere to hide. You have no resources to feed your family. All you got is diabetic foods that comes from the supermarket. Could you imagine what it's going to be like? Stacking up a bunch of diabetic foods for months. Because now you done bought some of this food that you could stack up for months. Because anything that you can eat that is real food, this perishes in a matter of days. This is real food. This is what keeps you alive. This is what your medicine is. But when you sit up there and you decide, because I had some things on the table, and you want to get some of this, I guarantee you, your diabetes is going to kick in full effect. Heart disease, full effect. You don't have no doomsday votes. You don't have no backup plans. You know what they're going to tell you? Go call on Jesus. Them niggas got doomsday bunkers. You know what they're going to call you? You go call on Jesus. Go and wait for him. Your ancestors was waiting for him too. Yeah. Your ancestors was waiting. As they last breath left their body, they was waiting on Jesus just like you. I believe in God. But Noah built the ark. I believe in God. But Noah, just like that dude overseas that told you this December was going to be it, and he built a bunch of ships like Noah's Ark. But then you got people sitting up there asking, hey Sirius, what is December of 2026 Christmas going to be like? I heard the answer. I've seen it done right directly in front of my face. Sirius, artificial intelligence, is saying that there will not be a Christmas of December 2026. Now, I don't know if this is military mind games to freak us out and have us going through all types of things. But what I do know is we are living in the age, in the era, in the day of technology. And what I do know is that World War III has to happen. It is prophecies. World War III has to happen for the new one world leader to come. For the Antichrist to rise. World War III has to happen for the Antichrist to rise to power. Are y'all ready for artificial intelligence with this mark of the beast, this new chip, this new technology? Are you ready to merge with the most sophisticated technology? See, here's the thing, right? People who went to school and studied, that's not going to matter anymore. Shut up! Shut up! That's not going to matter anymore. People who went to school and more qualified than you, it's not going to matter when technology is merged with man. When technology merges with man, you will be advanced the same way Neo and the Matrix. When technology merges with man, you will be advanced like Neo and the Matrix. But the only difference is you will know how to do jujitsu. You will know how to do everything. How you sit up there and you ask Google or Chat GPT, all of the answers, you will have all of the answers merged into you. You will have gained super intelligence through the jinn, not the aliens. You will get super intelligence through the jinn, not the aliens, but your soul, your soul, your portion of life in the hereafter, you're doomed. Why do you think, listen, why do you think these people would have created technology so that they could download your spirit, your soul, your essence onto a chip so that you can live forever? They think that they're going to subtract you from your body, put you on a chip, and save you from the hellfire that God has created for you. The devil has made you a promise, and God has made you a promise too. And I know some of y'all don't believe in God. Some of y'all don't believe in doomsday prophecies. Y'all don't believe in nothing. But you know the funny part about it is, for all of y'all to act like y'all don't believe, let me tell y'all something. At the end of the day, everything that's happening in this world right now is based off of what they believe in their. If you said, no, the white man wrote the Bible, the white man wrote the Quran, it's prophecies not being fulfilled. Are you not witnessing prophecies being fulfilled right in front of your lying eyes? What part do you not understand? Are you not entertained? Yeah, why they keep not see? They keep knocking out my comment section. Why I can't even read what you have to say. So I don't even know what was going on in the comment section.
And I want to do a quick update about a document that got passed by the United Nations this weekend called the Pact of the Future document. It's two parts, one on science and technology and one about the youth and future generations. It is quite egregious, and it was done by a procedure called the silence procedure, which makes it a pact And if no one objected, it is automatically adopted and put into the record as being completely adopted. This is the World Health Organization's runaround, or end around. Since they were not able to get the World Health Organization treaty passed, they decided to take it to the General Assembly. And it is even more egregious than what the World Health Organization was wanting to get passed. Let me just read you something really quickly about what is inside of this pact that is now being accepted by 193 nations around the world and equally open-armed accepted by our current administration. Everyone, it says that this is the power structure fully digital and maximized for the control of the masses. Everyone will be expected to have a biometric digital ID that marks them not just as citizens of an individual country, but as a global citizen. So anytime you hear global citizen or anytime you hear sustainability, think that this is an egregious thing that's happening at the level of the World Health Organization and the United Nations. Anyone that has a dissonant opinion will be labeled as misinformation, disinformation, or malinformation and memory hold. Perpetrators for unapproved information will be fact-checked and punished by the system, which will be operated and enforced by artificial intelligence. Punishments will include being locked out of one's bank account, being unable to make certain purchases, unable to get on an airplane, on a subway, drive on public roads. This is the future, according to the world's self-appointed overlords at the United Nations. These are unelected bureaucrats that are making decisions about our country, our sovereignty around the world. Nothing could be more important at this point in time than to get prepared. Have water, food, digital access, flashlights, a way to communicate with family and friends. Now is really the time to get involved and get prepared, because this is what's coming. Our Congress is sitting on its hands. There was a press conference on the 17th about this, and no further action has been taken. So it's up to us to mobilize and to go forward, particularly with your local sheriffs, to get your constitutional sheriffs to say, this isn't going to be allowed in my county. Thank you very much. Take action. We've been talking about the onset of one world order, one world government, one world religion, one world money for a long time. Well, it's no longer coming. It's here.
If that coming from an old white lady don't send chills down your spine, what does? Huh? If that coming from an old white lady don't send chills down your spine, what does?
This should scare the hell out of you. The Trump administration has quietly ordered U.S. airports to hand over the name of every single passenger to ICE. Not suspects, not people with warrants, everyone. The TSA is now feeding ICE passenger lists multiple times a week, and ICE is cross-checking those names against deportation databases, meaning if you fly, your name is scanned. If ICE thinks you might be deportable, the airport becomes the trap. This started in March. No public announcement, no vote, no warning, and they're already using it. A 19-year-old freshman was arrested at Boston Logan Airport and deported to Honduras. She was brought to the U.S. when she was 7. She didn't know she was deportable. Her family didn't know. She found out at the airport. Another woman was arrested in Salt Lake City the exact same way. This isn't about terrorists. This isn't about violent crime. This is mass surveillance of travelers repurposed for immigration enforcement. And here's the part that should really get you. TSA was never supposed to be involved in immigration enforcement. Ever. That line just disappeared. DHS says this is about stopping undocumented people from flying, unless it's out of the country. So let's be clear. They turned airports into ICE checkpoints. They turned boarding passes into screening tools for deportation. And they did it without your consent. If the government can quietly turn flight data into a deportation dragnet, ask yourself what database is next. Because once everyone's name becomes fair game, no one's privacy is safe.
Could you hear him? Are y'all not paying attention to what's going on? As we enter this world where the most evil one gets ready to take over his evil kingdoms. Something that you said on the internet can cause you to get snatched up by Agent Smith running around pretending to be ICE. Which you didn't see the Matrix? These people are not playing. You are witnessing law-abiding citizens or people that came over here that had jobs that was doing good being kidnapped. Some of these people, there's rumors of them floating with the fish. I just got a question for the people out there. Because the truth of the matter is, it's so diabolical out here. I might not have nobody really watching. The 1,700 people in the building that they saying is in the building right now might be all Agent Smiths. Because that's what they did to my device. I might not have no real people watching me at all. Or I might have millions of people watching me. And everybody that they feel like is watching me, that's coming up under my frame of thought, my frame of mind, you might not be able to get on the airplane. You might find yourself in alligator Alcatraz. Think about your next move. Evil is watching you. But do you get the opportunity to watch evil? Evil is watching you. But do you get the opportunity to watch evil? I'm going to play this again, because I really want y'all to hear what he's saying. Matter of fact, let me go take a bathroom break real quick.
This should scare the hell out of you. The Trump administration has quietly ordered U.S. airports to hand over the name of every single passenger to ICE. Not suspects, not people with warrants, everyone. The TSA is now feeding ICE passenger lists multiple times a week, and ICE is cross-checking those names against deportation databases.
Let me stop it right there. Let me have fun with this now, right? So, all of the Americans is on this watch list, evil's watch list, right? But we living in a day and a time where we have something called the Epstein's watch list, right? Huh? So when we finally get bits and pieces of the Epstein's watch list is redacted and we can't see names. But everybody in America are struggling poor people. Our names have been given to who? Epstein have a list of people in power that he was blackmailing. We can't get their full names. But evil, the people in power, they're doing this to us?
This should scare the hell out of you. The Trump administration has quietly ordered U.S. airports to hand over the name of every single passenger to ICE. Not suspects, not people with warrants, everyone. The TSA is now feeding ICE passenger lists multiple times a week, and ICE is cross-checking those names against deportation databases, meaning if you fly, your name is scanned. If ICE thinks you might be deportable, the airport becomes the trap. This started in March. No public announcement, no.
Deportable. Where you deported, where would you end up at? Will deportation be your death sentence? I'm just asking. Because word on the street is somebody making noise outside.
Vote, no warning. And they're already using it. A 19-year-old freshman was arrested at Boston Logan Airport and deported to Honduras. She was brought to the U.S. when she was 7. She didn't know she was deportable. Her family didn't know. She found out at the airport. Another woman was arrested in Salt Lake City the exact same way. This isn't about terrorists. This isn't about violent crime. This is mass surveillance of travelers repurposed for immigration enforcement. And here's the part that should really get you. TSA was never supposed to be involved in immigration enforcement. Ever. That line just disappeared. DHS says this is about stopping undocumented people from flying, unless it's out of the country. So let's be clear. They turned airports into ICE checkpoints. They turned boarding passes into screening tools for deportation. And they did it without your consent. If the government can quietly turn flight data into a deportation dragnet, ask yourself what database is next. Because once everyone's name becomes fair game, no one's privacy is safe.
I gotta play it again.
Hi everyone, this is Dr. Sherry Tenpenny, and I want to do a quick update about a document that got passed by the United Nations this weekend called the Pact of the Future document. It's 2 parts, one on science and technology and one about the youth and future generations. It is quite egregious, and it was done by a procedure called the silence procedure, which makes it a pact. And if no one objected, it is automatically adopted and put into the record as being completely adopted. This is the World Health Organization's runaround, or end around. Since they were not able to get the World Health Organization treaty passed, they decided to take it to the General Assembly. And it is even more egregious than what the World Health Organization was wanting to get passed. Let me just read you something really quickly about what is inside of this pact that is now being accepted by 193 nations around the world and equally open-armed accepted by our current administration. Everyone, it says that this is the power structure, fully digital and maximized for the control of the masses. Everyone will be expected to have a biometric digital ID that marks them not just as citizens of an individual country, but as a global citizen. So anytime you hear global citizen or anytime you hear sustainability, think that this is an egregious thing that's happening at the level of the World Health Organization and the United Nations. Anyone that has a dissonant opinion will be labeled as misinformation, disinformation, or malinformation and memory hold. Perpetrators for unapproved information will be fact-checked and punished by the system, which will be operated and enforced by artificial intelligence. Punishments will include being locked out of one's bank account, being unable to make certain purchases, unable to get on an airplane, on a subway, drive on public roads. This is the future, according to the world's self-appointed overlords at the United Nations. These are unelected bureaucrats that are making decisions about our country, our sovereignty around the world. Nothing could be more important at this point in time than to get prepared, have water, food, digital access, flashlights, a way to communicate with family and friends. Now is really the time to get involved and get prepared, because this is what's coming. Our Congress is sitting on its hands. There was a press conference on the 17th about this, and no further action has been taken. So it's up to us to mobilize and to go forward, particularly with your local sheriffs, to get your constitutional sheriffs to say, this isn't going to be allowed in my county. Thank you very much. Take action. We've been talking about the onset of one world order, one world government, one world religion, one world money for a long time. Well, it's no longer coming. It's here.
Something to think about, right? The sad part about it is that some of our most powerful men, black men, look at what they're doing on social media.
Going on right now. As a matter of fact, it's going on in New York. The United Nations is meeting, and right now they are discussing how they will take sovereignty from all countries in the world. All countries who are members of the United Nations or who are members of the World Health Organization, who they are discussing whether you give up national sovereignty in the case of whatever they deem is like a health emergency. If this does not scare you, I can't tell you that anything else that will. We have been hearing about this new whatever order for many, many years, but let me tell you, it is right here in our faces. And right now, they're doing all of these things because they're very afraid that Donald Trump might win again. And let me tell you what Trump did. When he was president and he went to these organizations, he ended our relationship with the World Health Organization because he saw what they had planned. That they had planned to go in and create emergencies and then say because of those emergencies that they created, that then they had the power to supersede any other country's sovereignty. They were superseding our U.S. Constitution. That is what they're meeting in New York for tomorrow, which I believe is September 23rd. If I'm not mistaken, that is what they're meeting about. If that does not scare you, that a non-government organization, and do you understand that organizations like the World Health Organization that's basically funded by billionaires like Bill Gates who believe in over-vaccinating people, and we know what happened with him in Africa, and if you don't know, then you can go to YouTube and find out, or you can go to X and find out, because, you know, if you're looking for something and you use Google, you know it's not going to come up. But anyway, I wanted to make sure that everyone understood what a terrible situation we're in right now. Biden, we understand, is over there doing whatever. But right now, they're pushing all of these agendas that they know are detrimental to 99% of the people in the world. If this happens, then we will not have have a U.S. Constitution. You understand that. That you have people that no one voted for. We did not vote for anyone in the World Health Organization, and I will tell you about these organizations like this. These organizations are put together. These wealthy groups decide that they want to create an organization that's going to be over health care. And so that's exactly what they do. They create their own little organizations and say, guess what? We're going to be over health care, and we're going to be able to go and do just like they did in Australia. You know, in Australia, they went and took the kids from their homes or took them from schools and vaccinated them without their parents' consent. You know that they can do that. They also have these camps that they call it, so that if someone has whatever pandemic or plandemic they have at the time, they can go and take the people out of their homes and put them into these camps. They are meeting about that in New York City tomorrow, okay? U.S. senators, Republican senators are opposed to it. Harris, Biden are in favor of it. They're in favor of giving up our U.S. sovereignty.
See, now, this was before Trump got into office and he fulfilled the prophecies of evil. Huh? Oh, yeah. Because the same thing that they was accusing Biden and Harris of doing, now Trump is doing it. Because when Israel sat his ass down and spanked him, wah. When Elon Musk announced to the world that Trump, you on them Epstein's list, everything changed. When Trump was called out to be a predator, everything changed. What changed? Everything's changed.
Believe you me, after Trump, America is finished. It's not about Trump.
Huh? What did he just say? Did y'all hear him? I could play this game. This is so easy to me.
Believe you me, after Trump, America is finished. It's not about Trump. I don't know the man. And I'm getting no benefits out of this anyway. Believe you me, I've never seen him. I've seen him on YouTube, whatever, here and there, bits and pieces. But I don't know him. But I'm telling you, Trump is the last one. Because after the trumpet will be blown.
I've taught y'all this my whole time on YouTube. Anybody that's been here when I was teaching about the trumpet being blown, before I dumbed myself all the way down to celebrity gossip, if you was there when I taught these messages, press 1 in the comment section.
You know why America is going to fall? Which is the United Nations, yeah? 2 reasons. Because America is challenging God at the moment. It's challenging the Lord. It's going to fall for 2 reasons. One, internally. The other reason is externally. The internal reason, there will be traitors within America. There are traitors within the White House. There are traitors within the Pentagon. There are traitors within the governmental system. Traitors who have sold America. And the reason why these traitors came up on surface, because America walked away from the Lord. The Lord allowed them to be punished. To teach them that I'm in charge, not you. You think you can rule the world? It is the Lord who rules the world, not you. So when you challenge me, I will allow infiltrators from within your circle to come and do wondrous things, destroy America. A lot of traitors are within America. And the external reason is the wrath of God. Jesus Christ will come very heavily on America. The wrath of God.
America is not even loyal to America. America is not even loyal to America. Americans is not even loyal to Americans. I just want to be an American. Fight for what's right. Remember Hulk Hogan? When he ripped off his shirt? Hulkamania died. America is not even loyal to Americans. Just ask them Somalians, them Ukrainians.
But internally, there is a lot of traitors. They literally sold it. You remember this. The day America goes, remember what's going to happen to the Christians. Very harsh. Very harsh. But the problem with America, it will take the rest of the world with it when it goes down. And we read it.
Did you hear that? The problem with America, it will take the rest of the world down. Trump acting like, everybody acting like Trump is a superhero because he went into Venezuela and he did what he wasn't supposed to do. But you know why China, Russia, and all of the rest of these other places haven't moved yet? Because they saying, yo, he's really going to destroy this earth. Everybody's not willing to be a casualty of war. Some of these people are evil. You kidnap a president, but you don't have an Epstein list? How do you kidnap a president, but you won't produce the Epstein list? Better yet, how do you lock up a president for things that come out of the earth, even if it's drugs? But you don't lock up predators. 1, 2, Freddy's coming for you. How do you lock up a president, but you don't lock up the predators? Are you not entertained? That's why these niggas will never beat me.
And we read in verse 2, look at this. And he cried, the Lord, mightily with a loud voice, saying, Babylon the great is fallen, is fallen. And when the Lord says it twice, he means that it is fallen. There is no two ways about it. There is no escape. It will fall because America doesn't want to repent. There are good Christians in America still, but it's diminishing. They took the Holy Bibles out of schools. LGBTQ, RSTU, VYZ, they're introduced everywhere. This is the UN. The UN introduced all these laws. You know, it's human rights, remember? Human rights meaning the human can do whatever, however, whenever, with whoever. So if this human comes and one day he says, I want to marry a dog, United Nations says there is a law that protects your rights. You can marry...
In America, you have the right to marry a dog. Huh? You have the right to marry a dog. You have the right to be a man, to go in a woman's bathroom and leave your children on the floor while you whack off. Whack off. Only in America can the most evilest things happen. But when you go to court in America, it says, in God we trust. Violate that like button.
And when they bring it into the kindergartens and primary schools, and then come and say to this little innocent angel, do you feel you're a boy? Who in their sick mind think this child knows what they're doing? So you are going to dictate and say to the parents, you have no right to teach your child. It is the UN that will teach your child, because we pay money to Australia and other countries. Money. Do know, when any country welcomes refugees, do you know where they get the money for those refugees? The UN pays for it, not Centrelink. But you think Australia is a nice country? They just bring people in? No, they get rewarded for it. You bring this many people into your country, we'll give you this many millions. So when they give those millions, do you think they're going to give it for free? No. In return, the country is ours. So we do whatever we want to do next time. So when we bring in laws, you implement them, Mr. Prime Minister, because you're just a puppet doing what we dictate to you. That's what it is now. Governments are puppets. Nothing more, nothing less. It's surfaced up now. Everything's in the open, in the clean. So now they're going to teach your child. Parents, whether you like it or not, tough luck. I would choose to die with dignity, not with disgrace.
Did you hear his last words? I would choose to die with dignity, not with disgrace. They doing Urano and Venezuela the same way they did Gaddafi? Yes. You want it, brother. Hassan Southwest. Thank you, family. Thank you for sponsoring this war. If the super chat is not working, my cash app is $ Hassan Campbell. Any of my mods, you could put the Patreon, because some of these conversations is too real for these YouTube streets. We're going to have to start supporting. And anybody that's watching me, support me on my Patreon. Because in a minute, that's where y'all, that's going to be the only place where you can find me at. On Patreon. And I'm going to say this to y'all, right? Constantly studying and researching things that benefit in the struggle, our people's pain, it's draining. This shit take a lot of energy. I'll be tired after this. It's easy to talk about celebrity gossip, the most dumbest shit on this earth. The industry gives a reward to trash its artists. The industry gives a reward to trash its rappers. It's called humiliation rituals.
Paid to rap about that stuff. They actually pay us more when we rap about more ignorant stuff, so I make sure I even align and come talk on stages like this. But you guys, the NAACP, open up doors for people like me to be able to power forward, because the things that fund us, that don't power me forward. You know, I just make sure, because I know better and I'm at an age point, I'm 36, they power us really went from when we 21 to 25, when we really don't know.
You heard Meek Mill. You heard Meek Mill say it, right? He get paid to keep you stupid. So do I. When I talk about celebrity gossip, or when I used to, because Whack 100, Tekashi 6ix9ine, and Academics, and all the rest of them suckers, they went and they told Massa, he not just talking about celebrity gossip. He's telling. Why you think my channel is being affected? A nigga that got 500,000 subscribers being reduced to piss and shit.
But if we get paid to rap about that stuff, they actually pay us more when we rap about more ignorant stuff, so I make sure I even align and come talk on stages like this. But you guys, the NAACP, open up doors.
You ain't even in a line.
Hop
changing from positive to negative was not a consequence of history. It was not a circumstance of history. It was nothing that just happened on its own. It had nothing to do with the changing of the times. It had nothing to do with that. It had everything to do with the fact that there are people in this particular society who wants to see us exactly where we are. And we cannot let that point elude us. These are the facts. How do we know? 1967, Kerner Commission report on urban disorder. When black people said, yo, we're tired of this system. You know what I mean? This system is oppressing us.
I'm live.
We fought against the system. We burned things. We said, yo, we had enough. He did his little report on what caused these riots. He said, what caused these riots? He said it was young children who started these riots, and what was motivating them was a high self-esteem and an enhanced racial pride. He said the majority of the rioters were high school dropouts, but they had a higher political orientation than their peers who did not drop out. And they saw the system as their enemies.
They saw the system as they what? You got people that's proud to finish college and be poor and broke. Then you got niggas like me that dropped out of school and I pissing shit money on this internet like it's easy, like it's nothing. You went to school listening to your slave master, Massa. You went to extra school and extra school. And now you sit up there like, hold up. So now this system had no loyalty to you dumbasses. Go back to school again for the next 20 years, stupid motherfucker. Go back to school for another 20 years, you stupid motherfucker.
In the right circumstance. So, fast forward to 1992. Same thing. #1 record on the radio. We had Fight the Power. Fight the Power is on the radio. Rodney King is beaten before the world. The black youth rebelled against the system. Again, they did it again. And why? What primed them? Positive hip hop. Primed them. Fight the Power. X-Clan. Brand Nubian. You had these groups out here who were pushing, who were politically orienting black kids in the right direction, giving them the proper prompters that they needed so that they can respond properly to oppression. All right? In 1967, when the riots happened, he saw that the self-esteem and the racial pride was fueling this. So he said, how do I bring that down so that they will not riot? And what he did, he flooded the airways with black exploitation movies. Nigga Charlie and the Return of Nigga Charlie. These were movies. Hip-hop didn't start calling people niggas. We had Shav. We had Coffee. Black girl turned prostitute to do whatever, you know what I mean? But these black exploitation movies brought down the self-esteem and the racial pride so that the kids will not rebel against the system of oppression. 92, the racial pride was back in effect. We had black kids going to Dr. Ben Yuckanen lectures. We were spending our money to go see Farrakhan speak as opposed to going to a strip club. This is where we were. The most coveted article of clothing was a historically black college or university sweater. We were motivating children towards positive attitudes and lifestyles. And when Rodney King got the beating, heads responded properly. Fast forward to our day. Sean Bell is shot 50 times in the street in New York by police officers. #1 song on the radio, Like a Lollipop. Nobody do nothing. Nobody respond to nothing. Trust me. Just like the brother, I believe it was JT, the bigger figure, who said that the label executives came to him and said, yo, brother, we need you talking about guns and whores. Right. You know what I mean? That's right. That happens. I've been in those meetings with management and had to ask me, is what you're saying really what you believe so that we'll know how to market you properly? You know what I mean? This happens. Young Buck on his album, he has a song on his album that talks about police terrorism. The label said absolutely not. Jimmy Iovine said absolutely not. You cannot put that record on the album because it might create an atmosphere that might put police officers' lives in danger. Right. So they took the record off, but they let him keep the other 14 songs on the album that talked about killing black youth. So this is what we're dealing with. We're not dealing with a circumstance or consequence of history. You know what I mean? The environment that we're embedded in puts us in a situation where we feel we have to maneuver and play the game and water our message down. You know what I mean? But no, what happened was they intentionally shifted the paradigm to get us exactly where we are right now.
Are you not entertained? If that wasn't a dope message, I mean, yo, put a one in the comment section. Put it in the comment section. If that brother just educated and gave us what we needed to hear. Wow.
It's a level of success where it's a door. It's a door. When you platinum and you're getting 50,000 a show, I've been there. There's a door that you can walk in. I'm not sure if it's homo or if it's Illuminati. I just didn't take that though. I went straight. What do you mean? Listen. When you get to a level of success, when you're getting 30, 40, 50,000 a show, you platinum, you running across the world. There's three different doors, right? There's three different ways to walk. There's to the left, there's to the right, and then there's straight. Straight is you're on your own. Let's see if you continue this success, young man. Let's see if it was all about your skills, young man. Let's really see that. Okay. You went straight. To the right, I'm not sure if that's the homo shit right there. And then there's to the left, I'm not sure if there's some sacrifice shit going on right there. I'm not sure because I went straight. But I was offered these doors.
This is your offer some gay shit?
I don't, no. I'm saying that to the right when I seen it, those was those guys over there. You know what I'm saying? Those different people, which I have no problem with. You know, that's y'all. You feel me? And I just chose to go straight.
Let's just set the record straight that Nori said he has no problem with men swapping doodle on their pencils. Let's set the record straight. We're here to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. He lied and said he don't know what goes on through them other doors. But he hangs out. Nori, you hang out with those niggas. You hang out with those niggas that went through those other doors. You hang out with them. You party with them. You get them drunk. See, Nori is a slithering sucker. Because Nori, he had the best show on YouTube. Because when you sit down with a person and you get them drunk, if I take one more drink, I'm going to end up with you, shorty. You get them drunk. Then you have them tell all their little dirty satanic secrets on your platform. Yeah, you lower them in. And see, the crazy part about it is, what's the difference between Diddy and Nori? Nori uses legal drugs, which is alcohol, on a podcast right in front of everybody's face. Well, did he? He likes to keep the cameras off. Are you not entertained? Violate that like button, my nigga. That nigga ain't go straight. Of course he ain't go straight. Why you think he drunk himself to death? Only reason why you see Nori not pushing forward in drink champs because his body can't handle no more alcohol. Once you done switched over to the devil and did all the devil's work, how much alcohol do you think you can drink? My nigga, you can't drink away your pain. And that's the problem with people in America. We've been hurt so bad, we try to drink away our pain.
Facts. Hear it. This industry is not what it seems to be. Listen, this is a rapper. You got 200 followers. I bet you there's rappers in here right now that can rap way better than me. You can't. You can rap way better than me. You will never be where I'm at because this industry is rigged.
The industry is rigged and you sold your soul, little nigga. What did you have to do to sell your soul? We know that it's rigged, Tekashi, but what did you have to do to sell your soul?
I come from a space now where I understand that doors open, and behind those doors are other doors. I'm the guy that wants to keep opening up the doors, and I'm going to be with the people that get them open. That's it. It's that simple. You know what it is?
Facts. Hear it. This industry is not what it seems to be. Listen, this is a rapper. You got 200 followers. I bet you there's rappers in here right now that can rap way better than me. You can't. You can rap way better than me. You will never be where I'm at because this industry is rigged. It's rigged. You listen. You have to sit down with Spotify. Sit down with Apple. You have to do this interview. You have to. If you don't want to, you have to. You have to go see this person and sit down and talk to them. You have to go and do this. You have to. Yo, you gotta check the boxes. Literally, you can say, I don't feel like doing that. I don't even like that person.
You have to.
You're a puppet. You can't say certain shit. Take that down. Take it down right now. Okay, I'll take it down. Don't say that.
I didn't take nothing down until they suppressed my channel. Damn near lost my channel. Struck my channel. Thanks to Fat Joe. Shout out to Fat Joe and Whack 100 for being two of the most dominant dudes. Academics and Tekashi 6ix9ine, they all came together to try to destroy me. Yeah. You have to. You have to, but I didn't. Cocksuckers. I can't. Let me shut up.
Offered him $50 million and he turned it down. Who gonna turn down $50 million? Now I've had to turn down $50 million 4 times. 4 times. Just to protect my integrity and that virgin hole I was telling you about. Right. Because P. Diddy be wanting to body. And you gotta tell him no. You got to tell him no. I did. See, I got the receipts for everything I'm telling you. That's why I can say them so freely.
Can I need no? You here, get to know.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Come on. Because early on you was accusing me of being... It's crazy.
This shit easy to me. I can't even play. I can't even play Gilly and Wallow. I got some clips on them. But we can mute it. Look. That's right. Cry while you sign that contract. I never disrespected Gilly's son. Because he didn't raise him. But he put him on that contract. I never disrespected that young boy Cheese. Look at them. Look at Wallow. Hyping them up. Oh. Yeah. Go ahead. Hype them up to sign that contract. Don't pull back, bitch ass nigga. Crazy work. Violate that like button, my nigga. While y'all, as y'all watching me, violate that like button. Look at them. That's right. Put that bottle. Sign that contract. Now cry. Hug him. He needed a hug after that. Humiliation rituals. Jump, Meek. Jump, Meek. Philly niggas don't do that. Philly niggas don't do that. Philly niggas don't do that. Philly niggas don't do that neither. You deserve it, daddy. Turn that volume off. You deserve it, daddy. Turn that volume off. You deserve it, daddy. That's why hip-hop dead. That's why hip-hop dead. Because all these niggas need baby wipes to wipe their butt. Hip-hop is dead because all these niggas need baby wipes. They need to take a shower. Violate that like button. I can keep going and going and going and going and going and going. This shit is so easy to me.
But I think if I fully destroy the corruption and the graft, they will kill me.
That's a fucked up thing to live with.
Yes. So I'm like, damn it.
Well, listen, I really hope they don't kill you.
Yeah, thanks. I mean, I strive to be alive.
The richest man in the world just gave you a cryptic message. I could go so many ways and so many places with this.
All raindrops have one job, is to work their way back home. To the river, to the stream, to the ocean. When we're born, we have one thing to do. God don't give a damn about a PhD like your daddy got, or a PhD like your mama got, or how much money you got in the bank, or if you're black, you're white, you're rich, you're poor, you can read, you can't read. God has one law. When you come here, the only thing you have to do is work your way back home. I brought you through that little door called your mama's womb, and I have one restriction. You better be as clean when you get back as you was when I put you here. You're not born a racist, or a bigot, or a thief, or a murderer. You pick that up on the way. It's just that simple. Now y'all play all the games you want, get hung up in all the churches you want, be full of hatred, let somebody reduce you below your dignity and don't know you violating the universal God. Let a bunch of thugs control your food, a bunch of hoodlums control your education, everything. And y'all think y'all are so powerful and clean. They got engineered animals that you put on your table every day, and America's the only country don't have to put on the label that they've been cloned and you think you free. Huh?
America just flipped the script on Western imperialism and sent a message loud and clear. We are not your colony. And in the process, they told Donald Trump and Elon Musk, sit this one out. See, a few weeks ago, South Africa officially enacted the Expropriation Act of 2024, allowing land to be taken without compensation in an effort to undo the legacy of apartheid, where white Afrikaners still own a disproportionate amount of land. And America? Oh, America is big mad. Donald Trump wasted zero time before threatening to cut U.S. funding, calling the land reform racist against white South Africans. Meanwhile, South African Elon Musk, who, let's be real, most Americans, like most South Africans, despise, jumped in repeating the same nonsense. But let's talk facts here. 30 years post-apartheid, white landowners still hold nearly 3/4 of all commercial farmland. So tell me again exactly who's being oppressed? South Africa isn't just reclaiming land, they're reclaiming power. And it's a full-on rejection of Western control. The South African government is also calling out American imperialism. They are saying loudly, we won't be silenced or threatened. So now, when South Africa dares to take back what's theirs, suddenly it's a problem? And let's not ignore the bigger picture here, guys. Africa is rising. The world's richest resources are on that continent. And the West is panicking because they're losing control. South Africa is leading the charge, and other African nations are watching closely. Let's be real. This isn't just about land, guys. It's about power. And America hates when the oppressed stop asking and start taking. But guess what? The days of Africa bowing, begging, and playing nice with the West, yeah, those days seem to be coming to an end. South Africa just slammed the door in imperialism's face without even offering a glass of tea. And the message to the U.S., keep your aid, keep your outrage, and while you're at it, keep Elon too. Africa is no longer waiting for permission to rise. So conservatives and Trump loyalists, go ahead, clutch your pearls, write your op-eds, and scream reverse racism from your glass houses. Because the continent that was looted is done playing colonized. And this time, she's not asking, she's taking. 92%.
I can go all night and drain my energy. Play your position. All of us needs to get right with God. I'm not telling you, and don't let nobody tell you what to believe in. All I tell you, the people that's watching me right now, ask God to guide you where He wants you to be. Then listen. Because God has a call. And evil has a call. Good has a call. And evil has a call. Whether you watch The Matrix and you take the red pill or the blue pill, or you watch the Book of Eli with Denzel Washington as he walks through evil and he walks to the straight path of righteousness. He stayed on the path of righteousness and abided by the laws of God. God's laws is not supposed to feel like a punishment. God's laws is not supposed to feel like a punishment unless you're working for Satan. Travel through this world in righteous steps and understand that the laws protect you, protect me, even from evil. The biggest war that's going on in this world is making open decisions. No matter who tells you evil is lawful, once you decide to go against the laws of God, you are running and riding with Pharaoh. The laws are universal. That's good. And evil is universal. That's bad. Are you not entertained?